There we go. Recording started. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Todd Bryson here. We're waiting for author Declan Wilson to talk about millennials. But before we do, actually, here he comes. Here he comes. Let's go.
Right. Let's hope this works.
All right, let's see. So just for everyone, whenever we share this and share the audio or video of our triumph, we were first on Google Hangout.
Yeah.
Secondly, tried a blab that crashed. And now we are 100% loose and not even, not nervous at all or expecting anything. So we're good to go.
I think it's either my phone is overheating or it's trying to connect to my work's Wi-Fi, so I'm a little bit farther away from the building. So hopefully it doesn't try to connect and deconnect or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we'll give this a go. So I got about 10 minutes now since we've used up the whole time trying to do it elsewhere.
Awesome. 10 minutes is all you need. Well, actually, that's a perfect place to start because in your book, The Millennial Way, you talk about the fact that, so to set the groundwork for everybody, you've got a kid, you have a wife who spent the last year in pharmacy school, and you have a full-time job, and now you have this book. Where on earth do you find the time to do all of that?
We all have 24 hours, and that's like the one question that I always get asked is like, how do you find the time with a kid and everything? I think there's like this misconception that once you have a kid, you have like no free time at all, which obviously a lot of my time is eaten up by being a dad and playing with my son and everything. But what they don't realize is that it's not too windy here.
A little bit.
I'll try to show it here. What they don't realize is, let me turn this way.
There it is.
Your free time, it becomes a lot more valuable. So you protect it a lot more. And I think that's what I've learned to do in this past year was to really take advantage of the time that Henry goes to bed. Obviously spend some of that with my wife, that relationship's still important. But then just, spending that time putting in the work instead of sitting down watching Netflix for 4 hours a night, which is what I think I used to do. I don't know how I used to spend my time before being a dad, but now it's like, free time is like, I gotta make something of this.
Yeah, I always feel guilty whenever you and I are like, we're supposed to do something, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna have time. Like, I feel so guilty telling a parent that I don't have time. Like, I'm not gonna be able to make something.
I understand. It's like our perception of time is so different now.
Absolutely, because it's like, it's like Henry, and then the other stuff just kind of fits in wherever, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, talk about the framework, because this blab is called Step Up, Step Out, Step Forward, which is the framework for your book. And talk about that just a minute, where that came from and what each piece means.
Well, I remember where it came from. It was this past fall. I was watching, I live in Pittsburgh, so I was watching my Pitt Panthers playing Iowa. And it was late at night, and I was staying up for the game. I think it went down to the wire. We ended up losing. And I had a blog post due. I write a blog post for every Wednesday, and I didn't have anything. And I was like, I need something. And for whatever reason, just those three things just popped in my mind. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't magical or anything, but it was definitely one of those moments like, I like this. I like this idea. So I just put together a blog post explaining those ideas, those three phases, and I'll get into what each of those are. But that's where it came from. It was just popped in my head, and that was the moment I pivoted and kind of changed the focus of my book. So each of those stages, so they're not like steps to guarantee success or like do these three things and you'll reach your dreams or whatever. Which a lot of the internet, there's so much of that online. So I try to avoid that. So what I did was provide a framework or kind of a guide of what to expect from going from realizing you have a dream all the way to end up, attaining it. And so the step up is giving yourself permission to dream. So a lot of us, we grow up, we have an idea of who we want to be when we grow up. And then at some certain age, we try to try to tell people something that would impress them, like, oh, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a doctor, I want to do this or that, and we kind of stop dreaming about like who we really want to be. So that's the first part, is stepping up, recognizing that you have a dream, that's not stupid, that you can go after it. And then also looking at the situation you're in, the resources that you have, the talents, the networks that you're a part of, and stepping up and recognizing that you can do this. Stepping out is taking that dream public and bringing it to the world. And it doesn't have to be the whole entire world. And I know I kind of went into this on the Google Hangout. I'm not sure how we're going to splice all this together.
Well, yeah, we'll see what we can get.
But what I mean by public, it's really just your close friends and family who have seen you or viewed you as in a certain light. They have this like expectation of who you're supposed to be. For me, it's the very analytical mind. It's the engineering mind. I went to school for industrial engineering. They don't really see me as a writer, as a creative. So kind of admitting that to them was not easy, and it's still awkward, but that's just part of what you go through. And then finally stepping forward, which is the last stage and is the longest stage. And that is just, you just keep doing the work, keep showing up every day, every week, and going towards your dream. And it's going to seem like not a lot of progress is being made, because there's this kind of excitement when you start, like last year when I admitted finally that I wanted to be a writer, there was just like this adrenaline rush, this high, I was going after it. And then like 8 months in, I'm like, all right, I still haven't made a ton of progress. Like, how am I going to keep going?
Yeah.
But you just have to keep doing it. You just have to keep going, and progress will be made. So, that's the basic framework of the book.
Nice. So let's back up all the way to step up. Let's pretend that I'm 23. I took the 5-year route through college because I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And I hear people like you and me saying, oh, you got to find your dream. You got to find your passion and then go after it. What if I don't know what I want to do? What if I don't know what my passion is?
Yeah, I get that. I get that question a lot. My sister's even asked me that. She's like, I have no idea what my dream is or what I want to do. And I'm like, that's perfect. Like, you can do anything now. Like, for me, I feel like I have this burden now. It's a burden I'm happy to carry, but I feel like I'm supposed to be a writer. So I'm doing everything I can to get there. I'm calculating my steps. I'm making sure I'm not wandering off the path too far. But when you don't have a dream, you can do a bunch of stuff. You can try a bunch of things. You can do things that scare you. You can just step in any direction and know that you're moving towards something. So yeah, I understand a lot of millennials are in that boat, that they don't know what they want to do. The only problem is that they don't do anything about it other than just mope about it. I know maybe not everyone mopes about it, but
right.
I think if you're in that situation, you're in a really good situation to find out what you want to do. Nice.
I love that, because it's this, and this isn't just a millennial question, right? Like I hear this from everyone, from my great aunt from time to a 16-year-old kid who's just trying to still put it all together. So the idea that step somewhere and it's not in vain is an incredibly important message to make. And so I don't know, just thinking about the world as it is, if I'm a millennial and I see that the world looks very noisy, right? And this speaks to the step forward part of the book. There's just a lot in the world today. How do I find the strength or the courage or whatever you will call it to keep moving forward in a direction that maybe only I think is the right direction?
Yeah, wow, that is a tough one. And for me, that was like finding that courage to go after it was really tough. I think part of it is finding that community around you, finding like just a handful of people who are going through what you're going through. Like for me and you, like we connected last fall, and I think we were both at that same stage in life where we were like, all right, we're putting out content. We don't really know where this is going. We both had book ideas in mind. And like our friendship, I feel like so much is manifested out of that, like for both of us. And then also like our other friends, other networks that we've been able to create because of that. I think finding the people and realizing you're not alone in that journey really helps build up that courage to keep going.
Nice. So, like-minded people, and I can
Yeah.
attest to that. One other thing we both had when we met was we both had beards, and
Yeah, I
yours has
shaved mine off. Yeah. It got a little too hot in the summer.
right.
Plus Henry, my son, I love, giving him kisses and stuff, but his
Yeah.
skin is real sensitive. So anytime if I don't shave, like his skin gets all like red and inflamed. So I have to shave like every other day or every day, and I hate it.
That's okay.
It's
That's
what
good
you do
to
for
know.
love.
You have a beard in your heart. That's
I got a little patch there, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. That's good to know. So in your book, The Millennial Way, you have a lot of stories and a lot of analogies and things like that. And we may have to wrap up here pretty quickly. I don't know if you have a watch, but I'm guessing.
No, I don't.
Okay. Then we'll make this kind of the last question, then we'll wrap it up. Talk about do you have a favorite story or a favorite analogy in your book, or are they all equally treated?
No, yeah, I do tend to use a lot of analogies or metaphors to explain stuff. I don't know why. I like doing it.
You're a writer.
Yeah. I think my favorite, and it's one that I had early on, and I think it was a good revelation to me or whatever, is that success is like a horizon, something that you can look out and you can see, and it's there. Okay. And it's something you can walk towards, journey towards. And one day you're going to get there. You're going to get to what was once the horizon, and it's going to look completely different than what you expected so far away. And then you're going to look out again and see another horizon. And, you're like, what the heck? I thought I made it. The world isn't flat. There's no like edge and then you just fall off. The world's round. So you're going to just keep going. That's just what life is. Like you're going to keep traveling towards something, and you might get there, but there's always going to be more to travel towards. And like I said, I close with the book, and its message is that you measure progress by not how far you've gone or how much you've attained or how much money you've made, but like how appreciative or how grateful you are to be on that journey. I know it sounds like cliche and foo-foo, whatever, but like I really mean that. Like I am so grateful that this is what I get to do. I'm really grateful that I am a father, I have a full-time job, and I still get to go through this struggle because I'm learning something from it, and then maybe someone else will also learn from it, or at least get the courage to do it as well. So, stay grateful. That's really at the heart of what the Millennial Way is.
Nice. You're going through it, and you're writing because someone else may be going through the same thing. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to close it right there. Tell us about where we can find your book and where we need to go.
Yeah. You can find the book on Amazon. It's on Kindle. You can just just search The Millennial Way. You'll find it, or search my name, Declan Wilson. I actually changed my mind recently. I'm actually offering the audio version of the book for free on my blog. So if you go there, millennialtype.com, 2 L's, 2 N's, and sign up and subscribe to the blog, I'm giving out the free audiobook. It's an hour and a half of listening. Hopefully I don't bore people to sleep because I recorded it myself. I used real good equipment, but I'm new at that. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was something I was like, I'm just going to give it away and just help people. And if they like it, then they can also buy the book and read it that way. So if you want to get a little preview, you can always sign up for the blog and take a listen to it.
Perfect. So 2 N's, 2 L's. It's funny that.
Yeah.
It's funny.
So many people have it wrong. Yeah. So many people only have like 1 L or 1 N or whatever. I don't know.
I think because I know you, I know better how to spell that word now, just because I keep having to type it in.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty used to it. Yep.
That's awesome. Well, thanks, Declan, for spending some time today, and I will talk with you soon.
All right, take care, man.
Thanks. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.